Hey everybody, welcome and happy Friday. It is I, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seeby. Happy Friday, everybody. And Friday is, as always, our melody writing day. And we're writing a melody based on the lyrics that I wrote yesterday from our Picture This class. What is a melody, you ask? Well, a melody is a tune in which a song is to be sung. Happy birthday to you. That is a melody. So the melody is a tune in which a song is to be sung. So lyrics are words. That's not lyrics. Melody is tune. So just so we're clear. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to read you the words from yesterday's class so we can kind of recap on that. Okay, so the words are, I got no regrets, because when we first met, our reaction was an instant attraction, baby, you will always be the air that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. And then I repeat that. Okay, so those are the words. I sang it I spoke it kind of in a cadence. Anyway, so looking at the photograph, basing the imagery of the photograph and how I felt when I wrote these words and what my heart was, the way my heart and my head felt looking at all that. And then I wrote the melody based on that. So that's how I do it. I look at the picture, I listen to the words and look at the picture, and it's like I wanted it to be like a proclamation of somebody telling this person through the years how much I loved you. And that is really what I wrote based on what I saw. So it's very kind of romantic and heartfelt. The way I wrote the words. And the melody too. So the first thing I did was I found a key that works well for me. Well, whenever we're writing a song, or whoever's writing the song, or whoever the singer is in the room, you start writing it around their voice, right? In this case, it's me because I'm the only one in the room. So, and I'm writing the song. The melody, I'm writing the melody. There's no one here to co-write the melody with me. I'm writing it myself. So naturally, as a singer myself and as a songwriter, I find keys that work well for me. So the first note I picked for this, and let me hit the keyboard. It was okay, so the first thing I did was I found that note, right? I like that note for the first line. But then I felt a cadence, right? I felt a cadence with this song, right? So I heard it like, I always hear the music very faintly in the background, right? So in the background of my mind, I heard it was upbeat, but it was funky and, and very in the pocket. So I started this click, right? Can you hear that? So I was going, I got no regrets. Oh, I like that, right? I got no regrets, right? So I thought, where do I go from there? I got no regrets, 'cause when we first met, oh, I like that. I got no regrets, 'cause when we first met, ooh, I like that, right? So now where do we go, right? So I thought, I got no regrets, 'cause when we first met, our reaction Ooh, I like that too, right? I got no regrets, 'cause when we first met, our reaction was instant attraction, baby, you. Ooh, I like that, right? So, and this took me a while to come up with this, you know. I use my phone as a tape recorder, and I do each little pass, and then I try to work on the melody. And that's how I do it. 2, 3, so I go, I got no regrets, 'cause when we first met, our reaction was instant attraction, baby, you will always be the air that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. So I thought that was kind of nice to do that little falsetto thing. So, okay, now that the melody's kind of flushed out, where do the chords come from? So, like I was saying, like I hear it almost like not a lot of music, and like a traveling kind of notes. So what I did was I grabbed my guitar, and I was hearing it in the pocket, like, so I found this funky R&B kind of beat, right? Can you hear that? So I was going, I thought that was kind of nice, right? So I'm playing that, I got no regrets, 'cause when we first met, our reaction was instant attraction, baby, you will always be the air that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. So, that whole thing with that beat, I didn't try to play it and sing it, but it's a little tough. So let me try it. So I got no regrets. When we first met, our reaction was instant attraction, baby, you. Oh, when I breathe in the air that I breathe, you're all I need. Baby, you're all I need. Well, I was a little crappy, but you get the picture, you get the idea. So, I started to, just play it over and over until it gets, kind of, better in my head. So those are the notes for the guitar or the bass, whatever. I mean, of course, there's going to be a guitar and a bass, so I was playing around, I really thought the melody came out pretty strong. I hope you guys like the melody. I worked a long time on it, and I think it's pretty, and I like the changes with the notes, right? So, here it is with me playing the bass on this. So let me try this. So we're going, so yeah. Yeah. You know? So if I had to say like where that came from as far as a scale, if you trace it back, it's a major scale, but that little turnaround goes into minor there. So like I go up, like when I go, I got no regrets, because when we first met, our reaction, I thought that was kind of cool. It just makes the whole thing modulate up a little bit, and it gives you a feeling, gives you a feeling. And I'm always looking for a feeling when I'm writing melodies. It's got to raise it's got to raise the goosebumps on your arms when you do something and you feel the little hair stand up. You're going in the right direction. So right now I'm going to do the whole thing with the little keyboard bass arrangement I did, so you can hear the whole thing, and I'm singing over it. So here it is. Hold on. I got no regrets, 'cause when we first met, our reaction was instant attraction. Baby, you will always be the air that I breathe. You're all I need. You're all I need. Got no regrets, 'cause when we first met, our reaction was instant attraction. Baby, you will always be the air that I breathe. You're all I need. Baby, you're all I need. And there you have it. That's the whole thing. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. This is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend Joe CB signing off. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you. I miss you. Be safe. And I will see you guys on Monday. All right. Peace.